Welcome to the Brown Spade Podcast Show. Today we'll be talking about a very touchy subject. We'll be talking about Monique. So just take a look and a listen. Before I invite my co-hosts and my friends, we're doing something a little different. This is a very touchy subject, so please bear with me and just listen to this.
So
this is Monique.
It took me a minute to say what I'm getting ready to say because I want to make sure I'm not saying it in judgment, and I want to make sure I'm saying it from a place of love. Y'all, some of y'all have given me the title of auntie, and I'm honored that y'all do that, right? But there are times where auntie got to talk to her babies and say real shit. So yesterday, I was in the airport in Atlanta because I'm in Jackson, Mississippi now at Chuckles Comedy. We got 3 shows tonight. We got a matinee at 5:30, then we got 7, then we got 10. Right? And I'm excited. I always love going to the stage. So when we got to the airport yesterday, I was excited. Like, all right, baby, let's go get them in Jackson, Mississippi. And then we began to so many, actually too many to count, and too many for me to tap. But I saw so many of our young sisters in head bonnets, scarves, slippers, pajamas, blankets wrapped around them, and this is how they're showing up to the airport. And I've been seeing it, not just at the airport, I've been seeing it at the store, at the mall. I've been seeing sisters showing up with these bonnets and headscarves and slippers. And the question that I'm having to you, my sweet babies, when did we lose pride in representing ourselves? When did we step away of let me make sure I'm presentable when I leave my home? Let me make sure I'm representing the family I created so that if I'm out in the street, I look like I have pride in myself. And I'm not saying no full face of makeup. I'm not saying no full front lace frontal. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm saying is, could you please comb your hair? And if you don't want to comb your hair, they got enough shit out here now, baby, where you can style yourself up and look like you have pride. I'm not saying you don't have pride, but the representation that you're showing, someone would have to ask you to know that you had it. So my sweet babies, for the ones that do call me auntie, I love you for real. Even the ones that don't, I love y'all asses too. But the babies that say auntie, please listen to auntie. Always have pride in your representation of you. It's not to get a man. It is just your representation of you, my sweet babies. So I'm just giving y'all a warning. If I see you in the streets, in the airport, in the Walmart, and you got a bonnet on, and you got slippers on, and you looking like, what the fuck? I'm gonna tap you and say, hey, baby girl, show you what you worth. Show you what you deserve. So all of those posts that you see celebrities putting out there saying, hey, queen, hey, queen, hey, queen, well, can we start putting it into action? So I'm asking our wiser sisters, when we see our little babies out there looking like they just don't care, and I'm not saying y'all don't, it looks like it. Can we just tap them and say, baby girl, you deserve more than what you're showing. Represent you with pride, my babies. And that may be a part of us helping our community. Because if you look like you don't give a damn, how you going to be treated? So, when I say, hey, queen, I can only say it to the sisters that it belongs to. Because a lot of us are still in queen training. So if you're in queen training, stop being fearful of taking your position and queens don't walk around with bonnets and headscarves and slippers and pajamas. That's for the house. When you go outside, represent you, baby, like you are worthy and you deserve the title. Hey, queen. Nikki love y'all for real. And I ain't never gonna be at shit. Stop wearing them damn bonnets and headscarves looking like don't nobody give a damn about you, nor do you give a damn about yourself. Because you beautiful. So represent it. I love y'all for real, my babies.
All right. So that was Monique. Have my guest in, have my co-host Cleveland in. I have my guest, Miss Erica. Once again, thanks again for coming in. But before we begin, I just want to say I don't feel well. I think Monique she struck a touchy subject, but at the same time, I feel like this message is very accurate. And for myself, because I travel often, I'm always seeing crazy things. Cleveland he can attest to this. I've even shown him. I would take pictures if I could, without looking creepy or stalky, just so I can show him. I'm like, man, look at this. It's like they don't. It's like not all black women. So if the shoe fit, wear it. That's who I'm talking to. If the shoe fit, wear it. But the ones that are walking around in public areas with pajamas on and bonnets, you looking like you don't care. You looking like you're not a mother. You're looking like you definitely don't look like you represent the black community, but you want to be, hold to this pedestal, or you want these terms of divas and queens and all this type of stuff. And I'm telling you, man, we're hurting in that area, in my opinion. And so that's why I want to do this show. And for the people that have been supportive. I know it's been a couple of weeks since we've done a couple of shows. I'm in the middle of a transition right now. I'm back and forth, in and out the state. So just bear with us, but we're getting started. So what's your take on it, Brother Cleve? And then after that, you go ahead, Erica.
Well, welcome back. Good to see everybody. Yeah, it's amazing to me because I know growing up, our parents made sure that when we left the house, that your clothes. They always tell you always have on clean underwear, because you never know when you may have to show them underwear.
They say it all the time.
They always make sure that when you are in the presence of adults, whatever, you're respectable. Don't be out here doing crazy stuff to where it's gonna come back and embarrass me.
Right.
And also, just have pride in the way you dress. And I understand that, we go through the process sometimes where, we go into the gym, you wrap up your hair and stuff like that. Fine. Every now and then, early in the morning, you may see somebody, walking or jogging or whatever, and they got their hair wrapped up or something and stuff like that. Or even going to the grocery store. But my thing is, you are in the airport. You are out in grocery stores. You 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. Matter of fact, you didn't made it an outfit.
Yeah, it became an outfit.
It matches. You got on the Gucci bonnet with, what I'm saying. They didn't made it to a whole outfit. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, no, from the bonnet to the house shoes. And if you're gonna have on house shoes, don't pick white and they look dingy. Like, get have on some clean looking house shoes. Well, and the pajamas. It's called underwear for a reason. It's called underwear. You got the guys who show their underwear.
No,
then you got the ladies.
Pajamas are to sleep in.
Yeah. Then you had the pajamas that, and I've seen grown people with the arms and the feet pajamas on out in public.
They call onesies.
I've seen grown people with onesies on, and I'll be looking like, let me get my phone. Let me get this picture.
Because it's unreal.
And then you want people, because the first thing, if I don't know anything about you when I first meet you, the only thing I could go off is how you look.
Right.
You know, and not to say that, a person's a bad person because they dress like that, but you think I'm gonna take you serious? You got a SpongeBob onesie?
Right.
Like, no.
Right.
Like, no, I'm not gonna take you serious. So, that's my thing on these bonnets. Like, lady and men, we definitely want to understand, when it comes to hair and everything. But I do know this. They've been making bonnets since the beginning of time. I just seen a picture of somebody post on social media. It had we talking about bonnets, and it had a picture of Little House on
The
the
Little House
Prairie,
on the
and all of
Prairie.
them had on bonnets. So it's not like they just started making bonnets in the 90s. No, they've been wearing bonnets. But you can't go and look up no pictures in the 60s, 70s, the 80s, and even maybe even the 90s, where you see women walking around with damn bonnets on their head.
Right.
You just can't. That's this new thing. But go ahead, Erica.
What's your take on it, Eric?
No, I was just gonna say, as far as what you were talking about, as far as the Little House on the Prairie thing. First of all, those kind of bonnets were made to be worn outside. That was like considered a formal hat or attire to go with your outfit. We talking about the type of bonnets that you supposed to wrap your head up in and sleep in, that people have just transformed into everyday attire, like you said. So, but my thing, first of all, thank you all for having me again. I'm glad you're doing this topic, and I'm also glad that you played the interview, not the interview, but the recording of Monique, because I didn't get to hear the whole thing before. Right. I've only heard snippet. So thank you for that. But I agree with her 100%, because my children will tell you that is one of my personal biggest pet peeves. I hate to go to Walmart or grocery, just anywhere. Right. And I'm like, why do you have they have it like it's a baseball cap, like it's just, and I don't understand.
Yeah.
I wasn't even, the pajamas get on my nerves too, but that bonnet, that does something for me. And it's crazy because I just recently got my hair braided. So the person that did my hair was like, because I've never had a bonnet ever.
Right.
Ever. I grew up on scarves, silk scarves or whatever. So I had to get a bonnet because my braids are this long. And I feel crazy walking around with this bonnet. I ain't even want my husband to see me with this thing on.
Right.
So I'm just like, but y'all walking around outside in the public, in the busiest airport in the world.
Right.
For people to see you all. And like how Clee was saying, when we were coming up, you had your good clothes and your play clothes. I grew up where you didn't go outside, and I raised my girls the same way. You care how you look. That's why I got mirrors before you step outside my house. Look at yourself. You need to be presentable at all times. You not only represent yourself, you represent me, your daddy, our whole entire family, whether we're with you or not.
And I think that's the way, not to interrupt you, I think that's what we've gotten away from, because we don't think, they're not even thinking about they're representing their family. They're not thinking about, it's embarrassing if a woman walk outside. I remember my mom used to say that. My mother been saying this years ago, when she used to see, when we lived in the project, she used to see some mothers. It wasn't a whole lot of them, but every now and then you'll see some go in with their house coat on. My mother couldn't stand it, So the bonnet thing is new, but this coming out with your sleepwear on while you're shopping, in my opinion, when I see people with pajamas on, especially the onesies, I feel like you didn't wash your ass. I'm gonna be honest. I honestly feel like you didn't take a shower. So when I see that, I shake my head, and I remember, Cleve, I don't think I got it. I don't think I got in contact with you with this one. I did. I don't know. There's been so many of them, man. I just remember one time I was working working another gig, a little side gig, and I looked over, and they pulled up at the Dairy Queen, and this woman got out. She had on a onesie with like a long Pink Panther tail coming out. I mean, hell. Like I thought it was Halloween, right? So me and the guy, we looking at it, and I was like, damn. Excuse me. And I took a picture of it, right? So after that, we talked about it, we laughed about it. So we just sitting in the parking lot. And I promise you, man, less than 30 minutes, another car pulled up, and it was 2 of them got out the car with onesies on. I say, man, you can't, it ain't even nowhere near Halloween. What the hell is going on around here? I was
it cold?
I was disappointed. No, I was disappointed. Even if it's cold, what happened to put on clothes and coats and boots?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
To that. So at the same time, I just feel like, and so with Monique, with her saying this, you know, she got a whole lot of backlash behind this. Hold on a second, y'all. Amor.
Hello.
I'm doing the show, love. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. So yeah, so she getting a whole lot of backlash. They telling her to mind her business, this and that. And I look at it from a different point of view of if we're trying to make progress and move forward as a unit, as a cohesive unit of Black people in the community, then we have to step our game up. And like Cleveland said earlier in his statements, you know, if you look back in different eras, if you look back in the 90s, they wasn't coming outside, like not in droves like that. If you look in the 80s, they wasn't coming out there in droves looking like that. You look at the 70s, the 60s, and it's like there's no standard. It's like don't nobody gives a damn about presentation, about representation. Even if you don't like what I say, just represent yourself. Like you said, you represent the people. If you got a husband, you represent your husband. If you got kids, you represent your kids if you're a woman out there. And even if you're single and don't have any kids and a husband, you're representing your Black community and you're looking crazy. And when I go to the airport and public places like that, I promise you, it just seems like it seems like the Black women are the only one doing that. And again, I'm not saying all Black women. So for those that do wear it, that's the ones I'm talking to. So
yeah,
I'm like, we're moving backwards. This is crazy. It's like we just becoming just. It's so right now. Is this the norm now? Because I don't get it. I just don't get it.
And the thing is, I think about when I seen people, women with bonnets on their head, and just follow me, just follow me. When I seen people back in the 90s and 80s and the 90s with bonnets on their head,
yeah,
and house robes, the house clothes on, and they walking through the hood, you know what their problem was? They was strung out on drugs.
They was on drugs.
They was on drugs.
Yeah.
That was the look. Yeah. If you go look, I think it's Friday. When the girl, she come out, she got the house coat on and the thing on her head. Yeah, that was the look.
Right.
Because no way in your right mind would you come out the house with the same clothes on that you had on in the bed. And I'm willing to bet you a lot of these folks get straight out the bed with them same clothes on and go straight outside. Like you said, they don't look like they brush their teeth, they wash their face.
I'm telling you, I don't understand. I'm telling you right now. I don't see how dudes even want to sleep with a woman walking around.
I was just about to say that. I was like, because I'm pretty sure all these women, they got a man.
It looked when you see these people, and you like they just rolled out they fucking bed, you know. And now it done went from the grocery store to the airport.
Yeah,
you look at every other ethnic group. And see, that's what they don't pay, and they might say they don't care, whatever. You need to care. Because you make us look bad as a whole. You make us look fucking bad. This is no different than the guys walking around with his ass hanging out, saying his pants. It's the same thing. It's just coming.
Yeah, because we can't say that it's just one group of people. Right. Like it's not just the 20-year-olds, it's the 30-year-olds. It's like
weird. Man, I have seen grown people with grandkids, 40, 50, you know, and it's crazy. And then I have seen them with the oh my goodness, with the bra, look like they got on the bra, and then it's dingy. Then I've seen some crazy stuff, especially in Wally World. I'm
gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
Oh, that's the worst place. That's where where they hang out. That's the club.
But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. the airport gonna start having fucking dress codes. That's what about to fucking happen.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like no pajamas. They're gonna have to literally tell them motherfucker no pajamas.
Yeah.
Yeah, because back in the day, you couldn't come in the airport like that. Because I remember back in the day, like they would before. Well, my parents used to tell us like how you, like you said, you were very prideful of what you wore, especially going to the airport. They used to be decked out in 3-piece suits and furs and all kind of stuff. So,
well, and I'm just for the sake of this video, we're in 2021. You don't have to wear a suit. You don't have to wear your Sunday evening dress. But
yeah, but put some clothes on.
You need to put some damn clothes on. We all can agree to that. Put some damn clothes on. You know.
Look, wash your tail first and put some clothes on.
Please wash your ass.
and it's to the point where yeah, it's sickening. I mean, you see it, and look, it used to be, like I said, it used to be the youth that would, do something like that. Now it's adult. Then it used to be, I would say, a class of women that would do that. No, you got professional.
It used to be uneducated women. Now you see some educated ones doing the same shit. And even if they dressed up, and even if they kind of dressed up, they'll still have that fucking bonnet on their head. They'll still walk around with that fucking. They might have on presentable clothes, attire, but they'll still have that bonnet on their head. I'm telling you, it has gotten out of control.
My question, Erica, why because we men, we don't understand, I understand, the hair thing or whatever, but do y'all have these conversations? Because I'm gonna give you an example. I went to a graduation ceremony the other day, right?
Hold on a second. Go ahead. Keep talking.
I went to a graduation ceremony the other day, right? And it was like 5 men up in there, right? And so we standing there, and the men, they kind of know each other, right? They know each other. And one of the guys was like, because one of the guys, he's a little older than us. He got braids in his hair, right? So his one of his friends said, "Hey, man, come on, bro. You need to give up that, man. Like, come on, man." He like, "What you mean?" He's like, "Man," he said, "I know, man." He said, my mother told me take it out of my hair." He was like, "Yeah, bro." He's like, "Man, we too old for this. You looking like, you look like you trying to hold on to your youth, right?"
Exactly, yeah.
And so then the other dude sat down, and he looking at the top of his head. He said, "Well, look." He said, "Look at your boy here. I see a egg nest right here, right?" And they just so men, we say something to each other about that. We be like, "Oh, bro, you can't, come on, man, you can't go nowhere with me looking like that, bro. Put on some clothes." We have these conversations with each other.
Yeah, we kind of hold guys, especially people we know. We're not just walking up to strangers, but people we know, we're gonna say something that they looking like, "Hold on, bro, you going like that?" We're gonna check that. And I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, Erica, but I don't think it's enough holding accountability when it comes to sisters saying something to sisters. Not that you telling them what to do or anything like that. It's just sometimes you just have to remind them, hey, not only are you looking good for yourself, you looking good, you looking good for all black women.
Yeah. Do y'all have these conversations? Because we do. We clown each other all the time.
Yeah.
I'm talking about we clown each other, and even when I see my little nephew and whatever, I say something to them about their clothes sagging or whatever. But I don't just from what I see, I don't see women that are personal and know other women say, "Hey, girl, what's going on with you? Hey, no, you shouldn't be doing that, or why you dressed like that?" Or I just don't see it. Yeah. And I'm just wondering, do y'all have these conversations? I know you have it with your kid, but do you see a niece or a friend of yours, daughter, or somebody? Would you say something to them?
Well, I don't see that because we were raised right. So as far as I don't have nieces and people in my family and my inner circle, we don't do that. So as far as me I wouldn't randomly just go up to a woman or whatever, say something like that. But like if one of Jasmine's friends or JC's friends or something was to come over here, we trying to go somewhere and they attempt to go with me,
right?
Looking like that, that's not gonna fly. It's not. But see, they already know how I am, so they wouldn't try me like that anyway. Because I've already embedded, like I said, embedded that in them since they were small. Oh, you're not stepping out the house looking crazy.
Any kind of
That's
way,
just
right.
not what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah, because I remember back. This was a while ago. My niece, they wanted me to take them to the mall, her and a little friend, and they all had on pajamas.
At the mall?
No. Yeah, to the mall. I said, "Oh no," I embarrassed them, but saying what I said, not really embarrassed them, but they just looked at me like, "Wow, we never thought about it like that."
But
so
with that being said, again, to me, it's up to the elderly woman to say to these
we can't do it.
It's like it's up to us to talk to the younger men.
But
some women you can't talk to. Some women, some older women, you can't talk to because they already set in their ways and they gonna do what they want to do. Anyway, they may listen to your input or whatever. But as far as the ones that are under me and younger than me, if they're within my reach, if they're within my realm, if they were in my family, or if I've never seen that from anybody. But as far as girlfriends and stuff like that, I ain't got that many. But the ones that I do hang with like that, they don't do that either. And that kind of irks them too, going out somewhere. And it's always somebody with a freaking bonnet on. And I'm just like, your hair cannot be that doggone bad. Every day. Like, no. You ain't never getting your hair done. No time, 365.
Hey, but look, them nails is on fleek and them eyelashes is...
Exactly.
And the toes. They're gonna make sure the toes and the hands done.
Them lashes waving at you all day long.
And that's a whole nother subject.
I get they trying to prolong their hair doing stuff like
that. I can't stand them lashes. I just can't, man. I just can't. I can't stand the lashes. I can't stand the
they looking like a chicken or something. Some kind of bird.
Wear lashes. And it's funny because I just recently I was talking to somebody and they had them lashes on and when they was talking to me, they was blinking. So I started blinking. I'm like, cause you read people's face. You read people's face. So you trying to keep up and they blinking and you like, I'm like, oh no, I can't continue to keep talking to this person. I'm about to go to sleep. Like, this is crazy. But them lashes is that's a whole nother topic, but oh my goodness. Well, it all fits with this because just being out in public and present, yeah. And the nails. I'm not saying don't get your nails done, but why? Okay, and here's another thing. If you go back to the 80s, the 90s, the 80s, and even the 70s, if you go back and look at how some people are dressing, how they out in public, it would be hard for you to not, if someone was to come from who passed in the 80s and they was to come now and see the way women dress, they would automatically think that these women are hookers or strippers. They just would, because of the way they dress, with the nails, the hair, the whole ensemble. Like, they would be like, oh wow, like this is how they doing it now. They don't even go in buildings no more to do this. They just walk around the street.
That's where they are right now.
And hookering, like, because that's how they dress.
It's like they in character form. Yes, everything is made up. The hair made up, the face made up, the hair, the nails.
This has left the uneducated black woman. This is going into the working class woman, educated woman, and certain profession, they walk around with those long nails like they're strippers.
And it used to be, because I remember, when I first started working in a lot of offices and stuff when we were younger, you couldn't have certain nail polish color, or your nail couldn't be a certain, length, couldn't be too long, and couldn't have all these loud flamboyant colors with rhinestones and all kind of, it either had to be the French tip or it had to be clear. Or they preferred pretty much the French tip, but it couldn't be. You could do reds depending on who you work for, or whatever. But it couldn't be all of this. Each finger a different color and all this extravagant stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the eyelashes, the nails, and I listen. I'm not a woman, so as far as wearing makeup and stuff, hey, But I've seen some stuff and be like, you look like you look like it's getting to the point. It's getting to the point where you could look at a woman and say, "Is that a woman or a man?"
It's like the stripper, the stripper attire, whatever you want to call it. It's like it has gravitated toward working class women. Not all, but again, if the shoe fit, wear it. If it don't worry about what we're saying.
Yeah,
and
if you get offended, then
let me give y'all some tea on something else, which could be another topic. And if you don't dress like that, and if you just dress what I call comfy cute, where you might still have, you look more natural, don't have all this caked on makeup on your face and everything and stuff, and your clothes actually fit you and compliment you, whether it just, some blue jeans, sneaker, hoodie, or some jogging suits, then you're gay.
Hold on, say that again. What was that? What's that again?
Wait. What's that? What?
Yeah, repeat that again.
If you are not wearing, if you damn near not naked, and you what you're wearing is pretty much respectable. You don't have to be all, because different versions of being a girly girl or whatever and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you're not out there like that, where you wearing the dukes and your cheeks hanging out and you got the t-shirt or whatever and your breasts all punched out and showing all your cleavage and all this makeup and the lashes and all this stuff like that, then something's wrong with you.
Meaning,
and people are wondering if you're gay.
So here's
that's like thing. I said, that's a whole nother topic.
Here's the thing, Erica, and I think when it comes to appearance, men, we are visual creatures. Even though y'all want to get us out of that thought process, but we visual creatures. I mean, that's just how we are. We born like that. I bet from the story in the Bible when Adam seen Eve, he was like, "Oh my goodness gracious," because we visual creatures. But so it's important that when you step out here, especially if you're single, it's important when you step out here that you may run into your husband, your future husband.
Yeah,
exactly. You never know. Luckily, like how
you may miss him wearing that damn bonnet.
Yeah. So
exactly. So just like how I was saying, I've been teasing Jazz. Yeah, you know how I was saying I was teasing Jazz, and did you see that picture I had of her? And people be like, she's so over the top, and like she was going to the gas station, and she had on like her wedges, some pants, a shirt, her fur coat, and
Jasmine gonna always be on point, and that's
I know, but I'm just saying
that's the thing. But you never know when you're gonna meet what y'all consider.
But that's my point. That's my point, and that's her mentality too.
Gas station. Even if you
that's her. Yeah. Exactly. You never know who you gonna see. You never know who you gonna see. You never know who you gonna meet.
You never know
anything.
When I first started seeing it, right, I really wouldn't. I said, okay, maybe it's just a shower cap. I'm thinking shower cap,
Because but that don't need to be out in public neither.
And that's what I saw, in the 80s. So when I first saw it, I didn't even know they call it bonnet. I was like, damn, they walk around with shower caps. But but I really wasn't like focused on it like that. And then I noticed when I started focusing on it, I started seeing more females walking through the store out in public with it. And the next thought hit my mind was, I said, man, they look like damn ancient mama them. They wore that shit, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They wore that shit on top of their head. So, and people, like I say, man, for them to try to get on Monique for saying that mind her business or whatever, that is the problem. We're not holding each other accountable.
We don't.
We're trying to move forward, and we're trying to have a much more, a positive image of us as people of color. Then it starts with how we present out before we walk out the door. It starts. You get yourself together before you walk out that door.
Because think about it. Think about you at school and your mother was to come up. We would, us growing up, we would have had a fit. Our parents, the way these parents walk around here now, if they would have came up to the school dressed like that, I've known parents to do that to embarrass their kids because they say, "Look, you gonna embarrass me at school, you gonna embarrass me. I'm gonna embarrass you in school." And they will come up there dressed like that.
To embarrass their kids now, Clay, these days, nah.
No, but it's an outfit. If they come up there, they're gonna have on a Gucci bonnet with the Gucci shirt, the Gucci bag, and some Gucci house slippers on. I mean, it's just crazy, man. They have made it into a whole outfit. I have seen a person with a whole outfit on, like matching the. I'm like, oh my goodness, are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you serious? And then, in the attitude come with it. But I have seen women who I know they are, like you said, educated in corporate or whatever.
Yeah.
Out with it on too, and I'd be like, wow. Like until they open their mouth, you can't determine the two.
Right.
You can't determine the two. You can't tell that person.
No, you can't. Well, it don't even matter. Once you come outside in public, once when you come outside in the public looking unpresentable, then it does show that you don't give a damn.
Yeah, and then they get mad when you say something to them, or if somebody come out their way and say something crazy to them.
They don't understand presentation. They don't understand. Can you imagine somebody with a bonnet and she hears somebody of a job? She may be looking for a job, but she ain't looking for a job. She's not prepared, but she just happened to be walking because she's out in public with that bonnet, and then hear about somebody hiring, and she go, "Yeah, I need a job." You're not even. You see what I'm saying? So. You're not even ready. You're not even.
And could be qualified for the job.
They be like, "Damn, you coming out presentation
or
first impressions,
or you single and you in the store, and it's an elderly man standing behind you in line.
Yeah.
Do you think that man is gonna say something? And
no, because you're looking like you ain't washed your ass in 7 days.
Ladies, listen, we men are visual creatures. We're serious about this. Like, we're serious. The first thing we could go off of how you look, we determine whether you disciplined or not. Just by how you look. That's very important to a man, how disciplined a woman is. And if you don't care about how you look in public, I'd be scared to go to your house and see what your house look like. You know, because you're I mean, it's very important, but they don't think it. They don't take it that serious. They think, oh, I'm just gonna throw this bonnet on and go to a couple of stores and
they don't tell you what to do.
Yeah.
They don't.
I'm grown.
Pay my bills.
I'm grown.
Yada, yada. That's not this. It's bigger. It's bigger than you. As an individual, it's bigger than you.
Yeah.
But when did it become okay? Like, did some celebrity walk around with a bonnet and all of a sudden people start doing it?
Let me say this. As a black man, I have a responsibility. You know, yes, I could do what I want to do, but I hold myself accountable also. I hold myself accountable for myself. For one, when I come outside, I want to know people know I've been raised right. How about that? You know what I'm saying? And I'm a grown man. So now I have, I got kids. I can't be looking at, I still got to represent them as well. So I'm representing my mom. I'm representing my children. I'm representing everything that's around me. And they need to start thinking that way because it's looking crazy. It's getting crazier and crazier, Just my humble opinion. So on that note, we're gonna have to cut it short because I got some more things to do, please. So I've been busy.
That's cool.
So, in closing, words of wisdom or whatever you want to say to close it out. How we're gonna do this?
Go ahead, Erica. I'll let you go.
Oh, okay. Well, I just want to say that I think not just young people, just people across the board. I think you need to really look in the mirror and think before you do anything. It's all about representation. You representing yourself, you representing your family, and you should really take pride in how you look every day when you're out in public. I mean, it's not cool. I don't know. And then especially because if you're someone that is educated and is in a position where you could help somebody else, how you expect people to take you seriously and you looking like you don't give a damn walking around out here.
That's
so right. It's all about everybody need to take a look in the mirror and check themselves.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say I appreciate you, Erica, for coming through. Appreciate you for inviting me, Daniel. It's been a minute. But I will say, listen, men, we typically don't like this, So to be honest with you, if it needs to change, it comes from the ladies. Y'all have to say something.
It's the women that don't like it.
Yeah, y'all have to step up and say something because y'all. They won't take it from us. So y'all basically have to step up and say, look, ladies, look, we got to go out here and represent. We can't be out here looking crazy. Every other race of people looking at us like, well, okay, because that look looks like I beat you up. I jump on you. I'm aggressive. I'm angry. I'm mad. I mean, that's just the look that it gives. It's just like the gold teeth and the gold chains and the sagging pants. It's like a thug look, and then you got the hood, the ghetto look.
The thought
look. That's exactly what it is.
It's either thought or your thug.
And you don't want that look. You just don't, because we seen what they do to thoughts. We seen what they do to thug. We see how they represent and how they misrepresent us in public. So when it comes to that, ladies, y'all have to do better. It's not up to us because we don't like it. Men,
I agree with that. We don't like it either. Those of us that don't do it, we don't like it, and it irks me to my core. Like I just be wanting to snatch it off their head sometimes because I'm just like, it doesn't make sense to be out. I know, but I'm just saying, to be out in public, I don't understand, when did it become okay? Like, who made it okay to say that's how you supposed to go?
Ladies did, women did,
social media did. So let me say my little final say. So presentation is everything, and as a citizen in America, you have the right to wear whatever you want to wear, but you also have to understand that when you dress a certain way, you're gonna get treated a certain way, and that's for male or female. So that rule doesn't sway from nobody. You can see a man walking around in a suit, and he could be broke as a joke, but he's gonna get more respect than a young man walking around with his pants sagging, with a pocket full of money, because they're just not gonna take him serious. You see, so and you can say, oh, well, you shouldn't judge people, but we do judge people, but my take on it is I'm more concerned about us as a group than anything else. And if you love your black people like you say you do, then you might want to take a step back and just look at it and make some adjustments, because this show is all about, this is a male show, and then women are always invited, and we're trying to promote positivity for people that look like us. That's what this show is all about. So, and it's bigger than yourself. It's bigger than myself. We owe it to each other. Our people done fought like hell, to get these little rights in this society, and now we're just like, we just don't care no more. And it's like everything they fought for, we don't even, you got Kingdom marching in suits on hot sunny days, and here we are. You know what I'm saying?
In bonnets.
Walking around. They didn't walk around. They had in the hot ass sun. They got their damn. Some of them had heels on. Some of them wore flats. But these guys wearing dress shirt. They dressed to the T, marching miles. And here we are with fucking flip flops on, toes out.
Pajamas.
Skinny jeans on, pants hanging off. Where are we going? So this show is just to make people think. And I Monique, thank you for scratching the surface on this, because we need more celebrities, more people that's in the spotlight to start putting these messages out, because we the only ones that's looking crazy. You look around, we the only one doing it. And it is embarrassing. It's embarrassing if you love your black people. So on that note, peace.